now joins us from Tech Mahindra. Mr. Nair, good morning. Of course, currency can be headwind or tailwind. Right now, it's acting as tailwind. But what's your sense of the overall business scenario? Because that hasn't looked good for IT companies over the last couple of quarters.
Yes, that has been true. It has been kind of depressed. But some of the uncertainties are going away, and people are recognizing to get business moving anywhere, and even if in the United States, IT becomes an enabler. And I think that will be the last area which will be impacted by the new administration, because those continue to be the overriding worries as we look at IT sector going forward, because almost all IT companies, their 50% of revenue comes from the United States.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Nair. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. So what I'm saying is net, we have concerns. We recognize that the visa cost may go up marginally, but I don't think that we are overly worried about the uncertainty which may hit us as we go forward, because I think we are in many ways inured from major intervention, because we are on the periphery of almost every industrial endeavor.
Okay.
What they're going to do is go after, if at all, on the basic industrial endeavor.
Okay. Mr. Nair, there has been one positive spin coming around that perhaps because of Trump's maybe excessive spending from the fisc, the banks will be in better shape, and because of other changes he's expected to engender. Do you see the BFSI being a sector that bottoms out and gives orders?
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's difficult to predict, let me say that first, which way the Trump will move. Nobody has been able to predict it so far when it comes to policy. But I think his bite, if I may use this word, bark is worse than his bite. I don't think he's going to make those fundamental changes as everybody expects, because his main raison d'etre of his existence is to grow business, and anything which impacts business is going to be a no-no for him.
Okay. So, if we just come back to that point you made about the US visa cost, Mr. Nair, on an average, the cost of employees is what percentage of top line for companies like yours? And if there is a tighter US visa regime, what kind of ballpark impact would that have on earnings?
Well, if there is a tighter, I mean, I always look at things positively. If there's tighter visa regime, that means offshore work will go up somewhat in relation to what it is at this point of time, and that may, in fact, add to profitability. So, frankly, I think ITA is very critical to the lifeblood of US economy. Two, it still represents a very tiny cost. So if you want to really move the engine, then you will look at other things like imports, like basic raw materials and stuff like that, rather than tinker with something which is so marginal in the overall cost of a product.
Yeah, even I guess visually, optically, China and Mexico are bigger targets than India, even going by Trump's policies. I take your point on that. But what about the overall evolution of the sector itself towards that smack, social media, analytics, big data, the digitization of business? Will we be able to keep up, or will that continue to chip at margins, chip at business, chip at revenue growth?
Yeah, I think that is a far more fundamental change than a change of a political leader in possibly the world's largest economy. I think that is really which is far more fundamental, and that is should be a cause of concern to the IT industry, because on one hand, automation will reduce the value, even the value of the output, and on the other hand, you will have a more expensive area to cover. So as I said last time to you guys also, that we do not know what will come out in the wash. But that there are challenges, yes, without a shadow of doubt.
Okay. Mr. Nair, of course, the other piece of the equation is what's happening in Europe, because, Brexit had an impact. Now we have a referendum from Italy as well. What's the sense as far as that part of the business is concerned?
No, that doesn't worry me at all. Yes, Brexit is having issues, but then people would, it may mean that we may have to move from one country to another because of everyone trying to evolve their own manufacturing or productive units. But I don't see that as much of a challenge, other than what may come out of currencies, movement of currencies.
All right. Mr. Nair, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very much.